We're Designing Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. I'm Debbie Marie.
Yes, she is, and I'm David Jones. As you can see, we're going high-tech again with some digital ideas that make your spaces cutting edge.
Yeah, and not to mention convenient. Home security, ultimate home theater systems, and weatherproof TVs. You really want to see this.
Wow, how do you know all that stuff?
Look.
Oh, there it is. I thought she was texting.
Well, that's you. So stick around and see it all right here on Designing Spaces.
You know, here on Designing Spaces, we cover a lot of topics, but one we consider very important deals with having a safe and secure home. Debbie, we're doing a show here.
Oh, I know. I was just checking to make sure everything's safe at home.
Oh.
Look, I'm doing it right here.
Wow.
And it's what our next story is about, a do-it-yourself home security system.
Digital technology is now at your beck and call. All you need is a computer, a tablet, or a smartphone, and a few minutes of your time for affordable peace of mind. Take a look at this.
As you can see, there's Bailey.
Oh, there's your dog.
I am a safety nut. I want to feel that sense of security that comes from being in control and knowing that everything is safe in my house. Take my car, for example. I researched all kinds of cars to make sure I had the most safe, reliable car, and it has a great security system. Even with my kids, we have fire drills at home. So the only thing missing now is a good home security system. And I've had quotes from the big companies, and they just weren't affordable. It wasn't in my budget. So I really do need something that is reliable and affordable.
Designing Spaces heard the call and brought in Sean Wooten from Home Shield Security Systems to help Sharon create a safe and secure environment for her home.
So you know how I feel about this. I can't believe I've waited this long to not have a home security system, but as you know, I have a really tight budget.
I do know how you feel, and I wish more homeowners were like you. Do you know 1 out of every 4 homes are broken into every year?
Really?
Absolutely. And a home with a monitored security system is 3 times less likely to be broken into.
Mm-hmm.
As far as your budget's concerned, as you know, you've already ordered our Home Essentials package, and it's been delivered to you. Started you at $299, and your monthly monitoring is only going to be $16.99. That's half of the industry average.
I love it so far. I just am not quite clear how it works.
What it is your keypad is a new innovative touchscreen control. It has a GSM SIM card built into it that's based on advanced cellular technology.
Mm-hmm. I
know that's a lot of mumbo jumbo. Basically what that means is there's a little SIM card built in there identical to the one in your cell phone. And instead of your traditional alarm systems when it used home phone lines to send signals back and forth, they've got pretty smart. They know they can go outside your home and cut your phone line and it disables your alarm. All of our systems come with a GSM in it. Basically what that means is it's going to send a signal through a cell tower instead of your home phone line, so they can't disable it. It also is based on the power of Total Connect. Total Connect allows you to remotely arm and disarm your system, as well as view live streaming video and get smart alerts from anywhere you might go.
Wow. Okay, great. So are you here to install it for me?
Actually, no, you're going to install it. I'm just going to watch.
I'm going to install it?
Absolutely. It's not hard. I'll show you. Let's take a look and kind of see where they should go.
Okay, great.
Awesome. This is one of the sensors that we sent you, and all of them are pre-labeled. Okay. You've got 2 elements here. This is your contact, and this is your magnet. To place this, if you'll notice, there's 2 little teeth on the side of it here. So what you're wanting to do is essentially place this magnet in between those 2 teeth. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to peel this paper off the back of the magnet, and we're going to place it on your door and just stick it right to the door and just press firmly on it. Okay. And then the same thing with the contact. We're going to peel the back off of it.
Okay.
Just keeping in mind, we're going to line up with those teeth. So we're going to press the contact right up against it, right next to it.
Okay.
You're done.
Wow, great.
All right, let's move on to the next part.
Okay.
It's time for you to place your backdoor sensor.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start with the magnet. Remember, you're just going to place that on the door trim. Okay. And then here's your contact. And just keep in mind lining up those 2 teeth with the magnet. Just like that. Perfect.
All right. Awesome.
All right, that's it. Let's go on to the motion sensor.
Yeah, thanks. So I have a question. I have a little dog. She loves to run around the house, and is that going to trip the sensor?
Actually, it won't. The sensor is pet immune up to 80 pounds.
Really?
What it does is the beams come off the top and go throughout your living room and down. And what it does is the lower ones look for a larger body mass. It looks for something over 80 pounds. So long story short, yes, your pet will not trip your motion sensor.
Okay.
Since you told me you mainly come in and out your front door, we're going to go ahead and just place it on this table right here by the front door so it's easy access for you when you come in and out.
Great.
Now that your system is fully powered up, you can see over the top where it says ready to arm.
Yeah.
That tells you your system is fully armed, fully powered up, and ready for you to arm.
Okay.
So you've got two different ways to arm your system. You've got an arm away, and you've got an arm stay.
Okay.
All right? They're pretty self-explanatory. Away, obviously, you're going away from home. Stay mode, you're going to stay home.
Okay.
Your two key differences in that with your away mode, it activates the motion sensor we set up earlier.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Versus the stay mode, there's no motion, so you can freely roam around the house without worrying about tripping it.
Okay.
So to arm your system, it's very simple. If you choose away, there's a quick arm button.
Armed away. Exit now.
And it talks to you and tells you what to do.
Great.
And when you come back home, you'll hear it beeping, and you just simply enter your 4-digit code.
Disarmed. Ready to arm.
Okay.
Chime.
That's all there is to that.
Okay.
We'll go through this real fast and show you how to use Total Connect.
Okay.
Once you've logged into Total Connect, it will look similar to this, and you have arm away and arm stay. And you can arm your system from just about anywhere, and you can disarm it just as easily.
Wow, that's great. So I'm really pleased with the capabilities of the system, and the rates are right, the price is right. Is there a contract I have to sign?
Absolutely not. With Home Shield, we don't feel the need for any contracts. There's no fine print, nothing you have to worry about. We don't feel the need to lock you in for 3 to 5 years. We feel like we need to earn your business from month to month. So there's no strings attached, no contracts.
Great. I like that. So we've covered the doors, we've covered the motion sensors. Now what about windows?
That's a really good question. So what we're going to look at with your windows is the two options I was discussing. First of all, your typical sensor, like we had a minute ago, we'll go ahead and place a sensor on this window for you.
Okay.
And what you're looking for is where the window slides, the inside of the frame.
Okay.
So just like you did on your door, you're going to place that and the magnet. And that's your typical window contact.
Okay.
Now, the problem you run into with this is if a thief was to break in this window, they're probably going to shatter the glass.
Right.
And if they break your glass, they're probably not going to open this frame, which means this is not going to trip.
Yeah, so what do we do?
So the solution for that problem is a glass break sensor. Now, the beauty of this is instead of putting one on every window all the way around your entire room, this one sensor is all you need for this entire room. And this listens for glass break, it listens for that high-pitched sound, and it also listens for vibration. It feels for it, so it knows when glass breaks, and this will trip. So we'll go ahead and place this here.
Okay, good. I like that.
So along with the glass break sensors, we also have smoke detectors, we have carbon monoxide detectors, and we have cameras as well.
Really?
Absolutely.
Can you tell me a little more about that?
The cameras are actually really nice. They're Wi-Fi cameras, so they go straight through your internet line.
Okay.
The only thing that's required with them is you have to have one of the newer style routers that have WPS technology.
Okay.
In fact, we've got one right here. We can go ahead and just set up for you.
Yeah.
And you can view it from your any device, any smartphone device, computer, and it'll also record in motion. So if somebody breaks in, you'll get a picture of the thief.
Okay, great.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
So let's go ahead and plug this in.
Okay.
And then you just place it and point it where you want it.
Now let's test it out.
Okay, let's do it. So let's go ahead and use the stay mode since we're inside and we don't want to set off the motion sensor.
Okay.
Armed stay. Exit now. Disarm system now. Disarmed. Not ready to arm.
That's all there is to it.
Chime.
And why don't we have a look at your video and make sure that camera's working right.
Yes, I would love to see that.
Okay, you're just going to log in. This is your video feature. So this is a 15-second clip. Every 15 seconds it uploads a new picture. And by pressing on the camera, you turn it sideways and it actually brings up a live streaming video.
Oh, great.
And once it loads up, here's your live streaming video of your living room. You can actually just back up, and once you're back to your screen, you can go to security, and you can actually arm your system in away or stay.
Okay.
You can view events, which will show you the sensors tripping that we just tested.
Oh, great.
Okay? And you can also just pull up your keypad if you want to control it from that feature, too.
Oh, great.
Well, is there any other questions I can answer for you?
No, I don't think so. We know it works. So we can add features like the carbon monoxide detectors, the smoke detectors onto the system at a later date?
Absolutely.
Okay, so as budget allows, I can do that.
Absolutely. You'll just go back to our website and go to the accessories page, and you can add anything you'd like.
Awesome. Now, what if my friends and neighbors all want to get a system just like this?
You're just going to send them to homeshield.us.com.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sean.
All right. Not a problem. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
Be sure to visit designingspaces.tv to see this part of the show again, or visit the linked Home Shield website.
If we're going to look at new technology for the home, how could we not think of a home theater?
Absolutely. With large, wide HD screens readily available, the question of audio comes up next. The thought of those big speakers eating up all the floor space and running all those wires and cables.
Right? You know, it sounds like something for a DIY project.
That used to be the case, but not anymore. Some innovative audio engineering has changed the picture, or should I say, the sound. Here's Yvonne Perry with the story.
The idea of a home theater sounds like a good one, but the idea of setting it up and operating it can be a bit intimidating. Designing Spaces visited Bose Corporation in Framingham, Massachusetts, one of the major innovators in audio design, to see the Bose Video Wave 2 entertainment system. We met up with Peter Oagley, Bose product manager, to take a first look at this breakthrough technology. So, Peter, you've brought me into this anechoic chamber, and I have to tell you, it feels a little weird.
It is weird, and it's not just because you're stood next to me, I hope. This is a strange place. This is like nothing you'll have ever seen before. So an anechoic chamber is designed to absorb all sound reflections, which may not seem that weird until you realise that almost 89% of everything you ever hear during the day is reflected off walls, ceilings, floors.
And it stops that, no reflected sound.
Completely stops. These little wedges you can see kind of suck in the sound, and they're actually made of very acoustic material, so it completely gets rid of all those reflections. This is purely used for testing. So we like to test exactly how our speakers will behave. So once we know that, we know how the speaker could perform, and then we take that into normal rooms with furniture and different shapes and sizes and actually understand how it performs in what would normally be a real customer's home.
Now, you told me you were going to take me to a testing space that was going to simulate a real living room. Peter, I don't know what your living room looks like, but mine does not look like this.
This is what we call our reference room. So we deliberately put the furniture on the wall so nothing can be moved. We want to use this room to actually make sure we measure everything exactly the same today as we measured it even 20 years ago.
Wow, really amazing. But scary.
But scary, yeah.
The latest innovation that Bose has is called the Video Wave 2 entertainment system. What was the inspiration behind a system like that?
And many people realise to get home theatre you need 5 speakers and often a separate module to reproduce the bass as well. And people may have heard that called 5.1 before. And to get that, you typically need large loudspeakers in the room to do it. But even though people want the experience, they don't really want the clutter and the hassle that goes to.
Right.
So for years, Bose has been trying to make speakers smaller to really make it much easier. In fact, you know, our smallest speaker is actually this small, so it's incredibly small still. But customers said to us, can't you actually make them disappear? And that was the inspiration behind Video Wave.
Now, how does this improve the home theatre experience?
Well, instead of me telling you, why don't we show you? And I've got a demonstration ready for you.
Okay, let's see.
And we find that at Bose, if you can really reproduce home theatre well, you can completely get lost into the space you're actually watching. You get lost in the movie or the TV show that you're watching.
That was amazing. It sounded like there were speakers all around me. I think I got bit by a mosquito.
Yeah, you may have done. Every single sound you heard during that whole demonstration was actually coming from the screen itself. So the beauty is now you don't need to wire 5 speakers in the room. You don't need to put any speakers out at all. You don't have to worry about how to run the cables to those speakers. All the sound is coming from the actual screen itself.
It's
the same space you'd give for your screen is now also your home theatre system and your music system built into that one unit.
It's incredible to think that that's all coming out of that screen. How did you guys do that?
Well, we've actually got a cutaway model. I can show you behind the scenes if you like.
Yeah, let's go take a look at it.
It's this way.
Okay.
So, as you can see here, we've actually taken out the back of the system. Of course, you'd never do this at home, but our engineers have kindly made a model for us so I can show you exactly what goes on. So the first thing is, when you heard that crickets demo, for instance, it sounded like the crickets were really surrounding you. That high frequency was really surrounding you. Well, that was thanks to a technology called phase guide technology. So you can see this one here. So this is actually where the speaker is, and the high frequency sound is being sent along this port here to exit. So it gives us the opportunity of really surrounding the customer with sound. And then that actually then works also with our mid-range drivers to give you the kind of mid-tones, so things like a piano tone, for instance, all comes through. There's actually 7 of these drivers in the top.
They look like little speakers.
Exactly, little speakers, and there's another little speaker at the bottom. And that really works very well with the phase guide technology to create sound where there are actual no speakers, as you experienced. And then the final part really is how we reproduce that bass. And we actually use this device here. So this big tube here is actually called a waveguide. And it's, again, another technology by Bose. And then the sound drives or travels through this tube here. And when it exits, you hear all that wonderful low tones.
It was amazing how it sounded like you had a big bass woofer in the corner.
Exactly, you've got it. So now, because we can get the whole 16 speaker system in here, you never need to have another speaker in your room, and you never have to run a wire to that speaker in the room. It's just all inbuilt.
Now, how do you get one of these installed in your home?
That's good you should ask, because I've got a friend actually having installation today, so I can show you exactly how the installation works if you like.
Great, let's go take a look.
Okay, let's go.
Hello.
Hey, Santi. Hey, this is Yvonne.
Hey, Yvonne.
This is Santi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Santi, tell me what we're doing here.
Sure. So we're just finishing up the installation of the video wave system, and the system actually turns into a universal remote, so it'll take over all of the other remotes that you have.
Okay, so that's part of the setup you're doing.
Exactly.
Is this an additional cost after the price of the system?
It's not. This is all included in the price of the video wave system.
So someone from Bose will come and take care of all this hookup for you?
That's right.
Okay.
All right, and now we know that it's all set. The other great thing about this remote is that this touchpad here, as soon as you put your thumb on it, the controls that are specific to that console come up, or to the Blu-ray player.
And you just drag your thumb across it like a touch phone, and it...
Exactly. And you hit play, and then remove your thumb, and here it is in full screen.
That is a beautiful picture, too.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Yes.
Full 1080p LED display, some of the latest technology in there.
So this picture is beautiful, but earlier today, Peter showed me the Video Wave 2 system in Bose headquarters. How do I make sure I can get the same kind of sound that I heard there?
Sure. Well, that's actually where Adapt IQ comes in.
So Adapt IQ is an audio calibration system. Every single room is very different. So you may have one room that's completely made of glass, which would sound very bright. We may have another room that's got lots of heavy furnishings like soft drapes and thick carpet, which would typically sound very dull. So Adapt IQ will completely calibrate the system to your room, and the video wave system will always sound great.
We used to have a home theater system before. This sound is as good or even better than that. Number two, and this is important to me, there's no clutter. Before, we had the subwoofer in the corner, we had speakers, we had components, we had wires. We don't have any of that now. It's a very clean and simple look. And number three, it's easy. I can use it, my 6-year-old daughter can use it. It's just very simple to use with that single remote.
Now, if I wanted to get a video wave system for my own home, how would I go about buying one?
We have a number of stores all around the country, and if you go to Bose.com and look at the store locator, you can find your local Bose retailer and go in and get a great demonstration.
Peter, thank you so much for sharing with us some of the latest innovations at Bose.
You're very welcome.
And we have a link on our website, designingspaces.tv, where you can learn more about today's show by just clicking on the video. And a special thanks to Mitzi for allowing us to shoot in her home today as she set up her home entertainment system. For Designing Spaces in Framingham, Massachusetts, I'm Yvonne Perry.
Okay, this is the one I've been waiting for. A weatherproof TV at an affordable price.
Okay, well, the secret is not so much the TV, but what is around the TV.
You mean like the pool, the lounge chairs, pina coladas?
Well, yeah, but no. What?
No?
Take a look.
Creating an outdoor living room, perfect for enjoying nice weather while entertaining family, friends, or just kicking back. I met up with Jared and Justin King, the two brothers behind the invention of the TV Shield, an affordable weather, water, and tamper-resistant enclosure case for any TV that fits the specs. So Justin, this is definitely a simple yet brilliant idea. So how did you guys come up with it?
Well, my wife and I built a home, and we wanted to put a TV in our outdoor entertainment area. So I did extensive research online, and I could find two options, either a very, very expensive outdoor television or an outdoor grill cover type material. I did not think that that would protect a television in an outdoor environment. At that point, my brother and I decided to start a company together and create the TV Shield. Our manufacturer is right outside of Joplin, Missouri. As people know, they were hit very, very hard by tornadoes, so we feel very good about helping to rebuild that community by providing jobs and keeping the manufacturing here in the United States.
Okay, so Jared, I know that this was engineered for people like myself that love to do it yourself and really don't want to pay a boatload to a contractor to install it.
When we engineered it, we wanted to make it as easy as possible for the, for the average consumer. You can basically mount this entire thing just with yourself and then maybe one other person to help you lift it up onto the wall. It doesn't take any special tools. You drill and a couple screwdrivers and a measuring tape, and you know, you're ready to go.
There you go. I guess all that's left is to see how it's done. And it's weather resistant, which is great.
Yes, it is, Kelly. That was one of the most important things in the engineering of it, is for it to be completely weather and water resistant. Jared actually loves this part, as you can see.
Yeah.
I better get out of the way.
Oh, it's like we said, it's, you know, completely water resistant.
Woo!
Spray it in all the corners.
Okay, so he definitely made his point here.
He really loves that.
So what are some of the other places that I can use this besides my outdoor patio?
Basically anywhere where you would want to protect a television from tampering, weather, rain, flying objects, etc.
I didn't realize there were so many places, so I guess the next place to talk about is where can I get one of these?
You can visit our website at thetvshield.com.
Thank you again for letting us come in and catch a little TV.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
And speaking of TV, you can catch this part of the show again on designingspaces.tv. There you'll find a link to thetvshield.com. And you can also join in on our Facebook conversation at facebook.com/DSpacesTV. For Designing Spaces in Orlando, Florida, I'm Kelly Lightbourne.
So what is that, our Facebook page for the show?
Yeah, I was just updating the status.
She's so high-tech. Do me a favor. The status should be, we are out of time. Because we are. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time for Designing Spaces. I'm David Jones.
And I'm Debbie Marie. Bye-bye. For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/DSpacesTV. Or friend us on Facebook. Type in the words Designing Spaces. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.